It's 2 a.m. Your phone buzzes once. Your heart rate spikes before you've even read the message. Your palms go damp, your breathing changes. Nothing is chasing you, nothing is trying to kill you, but your body doesn't know that. Your body thinks it's 170,000 years ago and something is in the grass. That reaction wasn't random, it wasn't an overreaction, and it wasn't weakness, it was a system working exactly as designed. The problem is, the world it was designed for doesn't exist anymore. So why is your body still running survival software for a planet you don't live on? Let's start with what that system actually is. Deep in your brain, sitting just above your brainstem, there's a small, almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. Its entire job, its only job, is threat detection. It doesn't reason, it doesn't wait for context, it scans everything coming in: sound, movement, tone of voice, and asks one question, over and over, thousands of times a day: is this going to kill me? For most of human history, that question mattered. A rustle in the grass could be wind, or it could be a leopard. The humans who hesitated to find out, who waited for more information before reacting, didn't get a second chance to pass on that hesitation. The humans who reacted first and asked questions later did fast, indiscriminate, slightly paranoid. Threat detection isn't a flaw, it's the reason you exist. Here's something nobody talks about: that system produces the exact same chemical response whether the threat is a lion or a Slack notification. Cortisol floods your bloodstream. Adrenaline spikes, your heart rate climbs. Blood gets redirected away from digestion and toward your muscles because, 300,000 years ago, you were probably about to need to run or fight. Your pupils dilate, your senses sharpen. Every part of that response is built for one specific scenario: imminent physical danger you can outrun or outfight. Now look at what actually triggers it today: an unread email marked urgent. A red receipt with no reply. A boss walking toward your desk with a certain expression. None of these things can kill you. Your amygdala doesn't know that. It fires the same alarm it would fire for a predator, because as far as your ancient wiring is concerned, a threat is a threat. Researchers have a name for this: evolutionary mismatch. Your biology was shaped by an environment that no longer exists, and it hasn't caught up. 6 million years of upright walking and hundreds of thousands of years of predator pressure built an extremely sensitive alarm system. Then in about 200 years we changed almost everything about daily life except the alarm. Theory number 1 for why this system stayed so sensitive is simple: the cost of a false alarm was always cheaper than the cost of missing a real one. If you heard a noise and it turned out to be nothing, you wasted a few seconds of adrenaline. If you heard a noise and ignored it and it turned out to be something, you were dead. Evolution doesn't optimize for accuracy, it optimizes for survival. A system that overreacts constantly but never once fails to detect an actual predator will always outcompete a system that's calmer but occasionally wrong at the worst moment. That's the trade we're still living with. Your stress response isn't miscalibrated, it's exactly as sensitive as it needed to be to keep your ancestors alive. The problem isn't the system. It's that the modern world generates thousands of low-level, ambiguous, unresolved signals a day: emails, notifications, comparisons, deadlines, and every single one of them gets run through hardware built to treat ambiguity as danger. Here's where it gets genuinely strange. In the ancestral environment, a threat resolved: the lion attacked, or it left; the rival group approached, or it didn't. Either way, the stress response had a beginning, a peak, and an end, usually within minutes. Your body was built around that shape: a short, sharp spike followed by recovery. Modern stress doesn't resolve: the email is still unanswered tomorrow, the financial worry doesn't go away when you close the app, the uncertain relationship stays uncertain for weeks. Your body is running a system built for a 5-minute emergency, except the emergency now lasts 5 months. 1 in 3 adults today lives in a near constant state of low-grade stress, not danger stress, not because modern life is more dangerous than the Ice Age, it's almost unimaginably safer, but because modern life is more ambiguous, more constant, and more unresolved than anything your nervous system evolved to handle. And here's the twist that makes this even stranger. Your body can't actually tell the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. Just thinking about an argument you might have tomorrow triggers a measurable stress response today. You don't need the lion, you don't even need the email, you just need the thought of the email. Your ancient alarm system fires for things that haven't happened yet and might never happen at all, because imagination and memory route through the exact same threat detection circuitry as real present danger. So what do you actually do with a survival system this sensitive, wired for a world that no longer exists? This is where the mismatch story usually gets framed as bad news. Your body is broken, your brain is outdated, you're stuck fighting battles that don't exist. But there's another way to look at it: the system isn't broken, it's just unresolved. In the ancestral environment, the physical response to stress, the adrenaline, the readiness to move, actually got used. You ran, you fought, you physically discharged what your body had prepared you to do. That completion is part of what allowed the stress response to fully switch off. Modern stress rarely gets that release. You sit at your desk, cortisol rising, and you don't run anywhere. The energy has nowhere to go, it just circulates, unresolved, waiting for a physical action that never comes. That's not a minor detail, it might be the actual gap between ancient stress and modern stress, not the trigger, but the missing resolution. So here's the honest picture: you are not weak for feeling anxious over things that shouldn't bother you. You are not broken for lying awake replaying a conversation. You are running a threat detection system that has kept humans alive through ice ages, predators, famine, and everything else this planet has thrown at us for hundreds of thousands of years. It is doing exactly what it was built to do. It just doesn't know that the grass is empty now. It doesn't know the lion became an inbox. It's 2 a.m. Your phone buzzes once, and somewhere behind that automatic flinch, that spike, that instant readiness is the exact same system that once kept a small group of humans alive around a fire, listening to the dark, waiting to see if the sound in the grass was nothing. Most nights, it is nothing. Your body just hasn't gotten the message yet. What sets yours off? The emails, the silence after a text, something else? Let me know in the comments. Until then, see you soon.